my apartment looks like a disaster zone right now.
Oh, God.
It's going to be a long time before I see the bottom of the floors.
I heard some stories from my sister when she went over to help you unpack.
What? Oh, yeah.
Well, first of all,
Why does this always happen? When your sister is not like you in terms of being comfortable talking about sex.
not as much. But first of all, she said that she sat down on an ottoman.
Yes.
And she heard glass shatter.
Yeah, she just goes and sits her ass down on
Why wouldn't she sit her ass on an ottoman?
You know, all the stuff that we collect for Sex Talk with my mom, a lot of the sponsors send us a lot of freebies, right?
Yeah,
I put them in an ottoman.
Okay.
She happens to sit on one.
Yeah. Most people have a sex drawer. You have a sex ottoman, a massive ottoman full of different sex toys and whatever.
And lubes and nipple clamps and everything. You can't even imagine what's in there because we get sent so many gifts.
Okay.
And
we're grateful for
I'm
these
saving
gifts.
these things also to give away at our next live performance. But anyway, so she sits down. She's like, "Oh my God, there's glass all over. I don't know what it is. It's all sticky and it's getting all over the floor and it's getting on me." And I look and it's Uberlube.
Uberlube.
Our favorite lube.
Uberlube did not save the day that day.
They didn't. No, Uberlube. It was not their fault. They didn't realize I was packing so much glass.
How much Uberlube do you have?
I literally have 2/3 of the ottoman is covered with containers of Uberlube, different sizes, travel packs. You know, we have a lot to give away.
And then she said there was even a more
There
uncomfortable
were shards
experience.
of glass all over, and I had to tell her that it was Uberlube. And she's like, "Ew!" And anyway, and then it gets worse because she's doing this to help me too. She goes into the bathroom and she's like, "Well, let's organize. There's no linen closet because in California people don't have linen closets or coat closets. They have very little storage space." Of course, she's organizing. She's like, "What is this?" I said, "That's a blanket." She go with the blankets, and she goes to grab it, and I go, "Maybe I should use that one." She goes, "Why? Give it to me." And we're like tug of war with the blanket, and then she goes, "What is this?" I go, "Oh, it's just a sex blanket." She goes, "Ew!" I go, "Well, we washed it."
She told me last night, I saw her and she said, "Do you know that Mom has something, she calls it a personal blanket?"
I said it was a sex blanket.
She goes, "Mom says it's a personal blanket." I almost puked.
Meanwhile, you're the one who gave it to me.
"Oh yeah, the purple and teal one? That's a sex blanket." She goes, "Yeah, she's got a sex blanket." I know about the sex blanket. I have the sex blanket. It's still in the saran wrap that it came in.
Of course you know about it. You were the one who gave me the second sex blanket that was given to us by the sexy lifestyle people.
I don't know why you keep this blanket with all the rest of your towels. You couldn't put this in a more surreptitious place?
First of all, it's where the blankets are. Second
Yeah,
of
but
all,
what if you have a guest or something? You're just going to hand them a blanket and it's going to be the sex blanket.
no, I'm not going to just randomly hand them blankets. I know which one is the sex blanket.
It's very obvious which one's the sex blanket.
I'd like to put it in the ottoman, but there's no room because it's put tons of Uberlube and other things in there. So it's with the blankets where it should be.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was awkward. And there was a lot of other things that happened, but mostly it's been a shit show over there.
You made it through though.
I made it through. I didn't realize the amount of anxiety I would have. I didn't sleep for basically 3 days. I literally thought that I was going to be one of those people that just croaks from not having sleep. I'm just not going to wake up in the morning because I hadn't slept for 3 days.
Yeah,
It's that bad.
Yeah.
You know, because you've had the same insomnia.
I was experiencing insomnia as well. I was very nervous about, I think this whole trip, leaving my apartment, choosing to just go as a digital nomad, this is a big change in my lifestyle. And it's been stressing me the fuck out. So, because when I was with my sister yesterday, we saw some panel speak at this theater. And I didn't realize that I was unconsciously sighing a bunch. Just sitting there, these people were having a conversation and I was going, oh. And my sister kept looking at me. She goes, "Are you all right?" And I go, I didn't realize I was doing that. She was like, "I thought you were getting very triggered by what they were saying."
You were?
No.
What were you doing?
I was just getting nervous just with my normal anxiety levels at that point. I was very stressed out.
So maybe this is the best thing you could do is meet your anxieties head on by pushing yourself to do what you normally don't do.
I was thinking about that in the shower. This is extremely scary for me.
I think for anybody, they'd be scared.
I'm worried about making a mistake in leaving my apartment. I'm worried about the issues of returning and finding an apartment. I'm worried about getting mugged, murdered, or kidnapped. I'm worried about pregnancies. I'm worried about STI. What the fuck is so funny?
Because you're enumerating these with your fingers, and you're going to have to go to your toes. It's not going to be just the fingers.
I'm worried about being lonely. I'm worried about meeting a friend or something, then discovering, that they're crazy and that they want to kill me or something. The whole thing, I've really gone off the deep end with this.
Well, because you're going to be alone. If you were traveling with a buddy,
Solo.
it'd be different. But maybe you'll meet a buddy when you get there.
What if I get food poisoning and I can't take care of myself? There's a lot of shit that could happen.
I just thought of another one that we just heard from our videographer over here.
Bed bugs?
Yep.
I'm already itchy. I'm itchy. And then I think all this stress is manifesting. I'm getting hives.
I know, because you just asked me if I thought you had monkeypox.
I've got hives everywhere. What the fuck is that? I look speckled. What the fuck is that?
You're nervous.
I'm nervous. I still can't feel fucking my toes from the fucking sickness I had. So I start calling different acupuncturists. None of them take my insurance. And I start thinking, of all the doctors that you can kind of cut corners with, go to like a schlock doctor.
Yeah.
If you think I can go to like a shitty acupuncturist, or is that a bad call?
Do not do that.
You don't think I should go to shit acupuncturist?
No, who knows? They can infect you with something and needles.
Of all the doctors that there are, say you had to choose one that you were going to cut a corner with. Which type of doctor would you cut a corner with?
Probably maybe a physical therapist.
I was thinking physical therapist, but then, I guess physical therapist.
I guess that can actually fuck you up more.
It can kind of fuck you up more.
How about a naturopath?
Naturopath might set you down some weird. You might end up taking some herbs you don't need. That can be a good one. I was
I'll
thinking
tell you what,
podiatrist.
But don't do a chiropractor, because one time someone cracked my neck and I was like, I thought I was seeing stars.
Yeah, not a good idea. That could be very dangerous.
So how about
dermatologist? Maybe.
Oh my God! You went to a dermatologist. You thought you contracted.
Yeah, next thing you know, getting shit taken out of your arms.
And then
I thought I got the whole food poisoning from that dermatologist.
That's what I'm saying.
No, she was a very classy, good
Let me
dermatologist.
just say something your sister told me.
Huh.
Don't focus too much on yourself.
Oh.
That's what she told me, and she got that from my father. My father only focused on his health issues. I only focus on my health issues. You only focus on your health issues. This is called anxiety talk with my mom. This is no longer sex talk with my mom.
Yeah.
So all the people that came here to hear sex are only hearing about anxious 1 and 2 over here.
But it's interesting. We're anxious, but we still push ourselves to do these things.
Yeah,
you're still moving.
Keep on.
Even at your age, you're moving to a new apartment.
What do you mean, my age? People at my age don't move to apartments.
I know. Yeah, some people.
It is. It actually is. It takes a lot out of you physically.
It's one of the. I told you, it's one of the top 10 most stressful events you can have in your life.
But you don't realize how much, not only the decision making that has to go into keep or save or give away, but then you have to keep constantly bending your head down, which is so used to being on that TikTok that I now have pins and needles on my upper back.
Oh, God.
I can't even walk.
Jeez.
It's a problem.
This is a problem.
It's when you're getting old, it's not as, when I was like 21, I was doing that not crystal meth. What was I doing?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Purple.
Do not start
the purple mescaline.
Jesus Christ.
I moved my entire room in my sorority house by myself, up and down stairs for 2 days straight. I was fine.
Yeah.
I was 20 years old. Now, in my 60s, I can't do that shit anymore.